Hi, guys. Hi, welcome back. Wow. Guys, it's been so long already, and I'm so excited to be back on YouTube. It's been a ride. I just want to say, I don't want to get emotional. I'm in a new space. This has been crazy ups and downs for me all week. I am completely out of my element, but I also understand that change is good. So it's just a lot. But thank you guys. I have a compilation video coming for you guys crossing the United States, spending time with my family, time with my animals, with Jason. So many memories I'll never get back. And it's just been a ride. You know, it's crazy because when Fem Tarot came on and she did my reading, she told me that everything wasn't going to be exactly how I anticipated for the month of October, meaning like it was going to be a lot of ups and downs. And I feel that. But I do want to say, guys, things happen all the time. So just being optimistic, it's so nice to know that, you know, these are little things and that there is so much to look forward to on the other side. And you can't let things get you down. So if anything I've taken from this week, I'll stop with my spiel. I just want to say is just go roll with the punches and see what life has stored for you, because it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be exciting. And I know sometimes you feel defeated, and I can feel defeated, but we're not defeated. We're awesome. So we got this. Okay. Now that I got that sappy part out, I want to go into 90 Day Fiance the other way. Guys, what a crazy episode. Before I do though, you know how this works. Please, if you haven't already, like this video, comment on this video, share this video, subscribe if you haven't. And I appreciate all of your super chats, donations, PayPals. Thank you guys. You guys are the best. Let's jump in. Okay. And before I do, let me drop the link so that you guys can call in. I want a lot of callers today because I miss you guys. Okay, so we're going to start off with Kenneth and Armando. So Kenneth and Armando, okay, so a lot of people didn't know why Armando wasn't necessarily taking his daughter Hannah to the United States of America. Well, it came out that he wanted his daughter after, you know, her mom passed away. He wants his daughter to maintain that Mexican culture and family values. He feels like because his daughter doesn't speak any English, it would be a harder transition for her to go to America. So it's easier for Kenneth to kind of reintroduce himself into their culture, right? I don't know if that's necessarily true, but that's what Armando thinks. You know, it was really sad when Armando shares the news of the engagement. He was so excited, and he's making strides with Kenny. So he's trying to just introduce this new information and have the family be excited with him. But when he asked his mom if she would come to a wedding, and she's like, well, would it be a little one? Kind of almost like she's ashamed of him. He answered back with, well, it doesn't matter if it's a little or a big one. Would you be there? And then just to piggyback off of that, I know that it was awesome that she showed up in the first place, but I really did not think that Kenny or Armando's dad was going to show up. I love that he showed up, but I kind of feel like it was for Hannah. I need some opinions. Hi, Andrea.
Hello.
How are you? I know that every time you call in, you sound off on Mexican culture and you know it better than us. So please tell us like what's going on here.
Okay, so I thought it was huge that his dad showed up and actually like shook his hand saying goodbye. That was huge. And I also want to complain about something. So
Okay.
do you remember when Kenny and Armando, well, Kenny is not there, but Armando and his mom are talking, and he asks her if she has talked to his dad about the engagement, and she says, you know, your dad, he's serious. That's how it was translated in the subtitles, but that's not what she meant. So by saying serious or serio means that he doesn't show emotion. He's not a person that shows emotion. So it's really hard to read and tell what he's really feeling. So when she said that, like, you know, your dad, is very hard to tell what's going through his mind, not that he's serious. Because what I understood by saying serious is he's serious on not accepting your relationship, you know?
But that wasn't it. It was almost like PLC was being Ji-hoon's translator.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay,
it really
so
makes me wonder, like, geez, guys, what kind of translators are you using? Like, you should hire me.
Eh, well, I think also it kind of benefits sometimes to use translators who are going to give us a little bit more of a juicy storyline. And us finding out that Armando's dad might be a little bit tough skinned as opposed to not accepting, that's not going to sell the episode as good. So this could
Yeah,
possibly have been on purpose.
yeah, for sure. And I love them. They're my favorite couple, and Hannah is so stinking cute. I can't like, and that just really shows you that children are not born with prejudice. They learn that from their parents and their relatives.
And
So
Hannah's so cute too when she's like, no, there's three of us. And when he sits her down and he like tries having the conversation of like, well, we're going to be together and you're going to have two dads. And, you know, like, how do you feel about that? And when she was just like more like twice the love or whatever, double the love, it was so sad. But then also I do have to say too, at first, you know, I don't like Tim and Melyza's relationship just because I feel like it's doomed, right? You start cheating on each other, you start losing respect for each other. That's not going to work. But what I do have to say is Tim went over there. He has the ability to talk, to try to blend in with the culture, try to navigate like he really is there and he cares. But you have this poor little girl who's pouring out her heart to Kenneth, and he's like driving or he's sitting next to her and he has to be like, what'd she say? And she's like being so sincere and heartfelt. And it's like, no, dude, then respectfully, because I really like Kenny and Armando, you need to make it a priority to start to understand your new daughter, because this is your daughter essentially now. And if she's talking to you and explaining herself, or there's going to be so many moments where what, you just don't communicate with her. No, you got to figure it out.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Like it's so cringeworthy watching Tim and Melyza, but at least he's making an effort of blending in with her culture. And Kenny, he has to learn a lot if he's really going to help raise a child whose first language is not English. Then, I mean, she has to learn English and he has to learn Spanish.
Well, I'm curious though, do you feel like Tim and Melyza, just to jump back really quick, that they're doomed now that they both came forward and admitted the infidelities? Or do you feel like this kind of gives them a blank slate to restart from because now they're on an even playing field?
Yeah, I don't think they are going to make it. And something that I saw that I personally didn't like was the mom saying like, kind of putting excuses for Melyza. Like, in my opinion, when you break up with someone, jumping into a rebound with someone else right away is not the solution. You need time to digest what happened. Right. So the mom trying to kind of saying like, well, you guys weren't together. It's like, my mother wouldn't tell me that. She would tell me like that's not cool. You should take time for you and figure out if you really want to be with him, like 100%. And because then you're messing with someone else's feelings, and that's not cool either.
Right. No, I agree. And I think too, you know, it doesn't, her mom saying, well, you weren't together. Yeah, that unless her mom was being fed information from Melyza that we don't understand. Yeah, two wrongs don't make a right. And I feel like where they didn't kind of concrete this is by not having the conversation after the first infidelity, finding out where they stand, where she thought, okay, we were going to cheat on me. Now I get to cheat on you. Yeah,
that's not okay. I mean, it's not a matter of getting even, because, I mean, honestly, I doubt that after that entanglement, she felt good about herself.
No, I agree with you. I'm going to bring up a few other callers with us real quick. Let's make it a panel. Hi, guys. Hi, Hermione. Hi, Doreen.
Hi, sweetie.
Hi, Doreen. Hi,
Hello,
Adam.
Hi.
I hope Melinda. She's a cold fish. I don't think she has any feelings for him, and she just brought him down there to torment him.
Oh, 1 second, guys. I'm going to let you talk while I grab my dogs and bring them in from barking.
So how is it in South Africa, sweetheart?
It's going well, thank you. We're in the middle of a heat wave. So all I'm doing is sitting underneath the aircon. You know, it goes about 35 to 40 degrees.
Over a heat wave.
Sorry?
We have fall now, thank God.
Is it we're in
Well,
spring?
you're in spring, we're in fall. And what are you in Mexico?
Sorry about
It's
that, guys.
winter-ish,
Hi.
but it doesn't get very cold. It's mostly like chilly.
Oh, look
Okay,
at the
so we've got
baby.
winter, spring, autumn. So Adam
Yeah,
needs to be in summer.
Yes.
yeah.
Aw, cute puppy.
Yes, thank you. I
So,
have to
did you
hold
hear
him
what
right
I
now because
said,
we're in
Adam?
a hollow condo right now.
It's okay. So,
So we
did you
have
hear
no.
what I said about Melinda?
What was that?
Did you hear what I said about Melinda?
No, Melyza?
Melyza, I mean,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think
No, go
she,
ahead.
I think she's a cold fish, and that she has no feelings for Tim, and she brought him down there to torment him.
Mm.
Yep.
No, and a lot of people have that same opinion because they feel the way that she has that stone cold Kourtney Kardashian like stale face look where she just looks at him like when he talks and she's like, I don't care if I annoy you or if you're hurting or if she just has this really like callous coldness to her. And everybody thinks that she brought him out there just to embarrass him to get even.
Absolutely. And she knew the work situation down there that he wouldn't be able to get a job without
Yeah.
working papers. I mean, that's a known fact.
So then,
Yeah.
so then you're playing yourself and him and this whole thing. And at that point, is it staged for TLC like Brittany and Yazan, which I want to switch over to because that's obviously so pre-produced and staged, it's not even funny.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I think she's in cahoots with TLC. Absolutely. She wanted her cat.
She wanted her cat.
Right? That's what she said. At least I got my cat.
Hello,
Jamal,
Jamal.
Hi, Jamal.
Hey
Hi,
guys, how are
Jamal.
you? Hey Doreen,
We're-
hey Andrea, hey Hermione.
I'm bringing you up because I want to hear what your input is. So Dorit feels like, I guess Lisa is pretty much a cold fish. Like she brought Tim out there to embarrass him, kind of get back at him. And I think, Jamal, you even said this a couple times that you feel like that's what she's doing, right?
Yeah, because she's making like no effort. I mean, I understand her being mad. I completely get it, but to bring him down there just to torture him, because she's like not like Dorit said, just straight stone face, very blank. And even when they were talking, like he was asking her these questions, she didn't want to answer them. She's like, I don't care, I don't have to tell you, blah 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 blah. I'm like, well, okay.
Yeah. What do you care about?
And then they slept together, right? And it was all because of me. I'm like, wow, okay, yep, she don't care.
Yeah.
No,
She
this
don't care.
relationship's over.
Nah, because if you guys remember, she was mad. Like, you see her face when he told her that he still had his job and his place. She was so mad. That just tells you right there. Like, she's like, I can't have him down here and be completely cut off. Man, she was mad. She was so mad.
Yeah.
I
Almost
think
like
she
she
wanted
thought,
to
oh, you
destroy
have an
him.
alternative to go back to? Sorry, Dorit.
I think she just wanted to completely destroy him, that for him to give up his job and his livelihood, go down there to nothing and come back up to nothing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
No, I agree with you. I agree. I think that it was just like this obviously this relationship's not going to work out. But I want to move on to another relationship really quick because we haven't addressed them yet. But Ginny and Sumit. Do we have opinions? Can I start? Hermione, you've been a little quiet here. You want to go first?
I honestly do not like the couple.
Okay.
When he is my age, I cannot imagine myself marrying someone that's 30 years old. It's 3 decades. Not even your music taste would be the same. You know,
But you can
I
imagine yourself
cannot see
marrying
what they
Pop.
have in common. I'm sorry.
No.
I said you can imagine yourself marrying Pops.
Oh, definitely.
Hey, we'll keep you around,
Definitely.
Hermione.
He's
I
not
won't
30
call
years
you
younger
grandma,
than
Hermione.
me.
I'll call you auntie.
You and Pops, man, we all come to the wedding.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. Everyone in this chat is invited. It's going to be a
Thank you.
ball.
I'll
Thanks,
be there
Hermione.
with both on my toes.
And then also, I want to ask, and I'll start down with Jamal first. I'm curious, what did you think last night after watching Brittany and Yazan? Yazan coming out and saying, like, you know, I feel like you're playing with my heart. You're, what are you doing? And her just kind of rolling her eyes at the camera, like, you're not going to talk to me like that. How do you feel, Jamal?
She hasn't changed. So I was just like, okay, you're still being yourself. I'm fine, because this is exactly who she's been the whole time. She's always said, I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm an American. You can't change me. And this just fits her. This is just another step pattern in her behavior. So I was like, okay, you're being consistent. Now she came back like, oh, Yazan, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean it. I'll do my best to convert and to fit in with your culture. Like, I love you. Now, if she had done that, then I would have been like, hold up. Let's talk about this. Where did this come from?
But do you see how she knows that he lost his job? He has no money, but she's insisting that he pay for her plane ticket and her apartment back in Jordan.
That's because she's selfish.
And she said, I don't care. I want what I want.
She doesn't, but like I think I pointed out last time, when she said at the beginning, when we were introduced to her, she said, I like them basically old and rich. Yazan is young and kind of broke. So
wow, Jamal. So yeah, that's definitely total opposite.
Yeah.
So, heel shade.
Yeah. So basically, you are only doing this for the show. So let's stop caring about her right then and there. To be honest, because I was hoping she would do better when she got there. Like maybe have something set up in Jordan. Like maybe work with some musical people, maybe a couple designers to model their clothes. But when that didn't happen, like, yep, nope, this is all pre-produced. This is all for show. Y'all don't care about each other. I mean, I'm sorry. There's no way, like, to me, like, you're going to go through all this trouble and have gotten nothing. Like, no sex? And you're going through all this? Nah, I just don't believe it.
Yeah. No, I think that this is kind of ridiculous at this point, too, because you can totally feel a real storyline. Like Ariela and Biniyam, they're totally real. Ginny and Sumit, it's real. Just Ginny is kind of like really gone because she doesn't think that she's in the wrong, which she totally is in the wrong, in my opinion. I feel like if Ginny doesn't understand why his parents don't like her, aside from the fact that she can't give a grandchild, I think it's so deeper than that. I feel like she manipulated her way through that whole relationship, and she lied to them. And when you lie to someone in America, sure, we might be able to sweep things under the rug, and it's like, okay, you lied to me, but I forgive you. Please don't do it again. Some cultures that doesn't fly. You can't sit there and lie and be dishonest because you're going to wear that as a badge of honor, and people are going to consider you, a liar and dishonest.
She was very disrespectful to his parents for what she did in their home, under their roof, with their young son, manipulated this kid. I'm going to call him a kid, and you just don't do that in that culture. And I called her a slut before, and I'm going to call her a slut again. I don't like her.
Oh my gosh, Dorit, you have opinions.
I have opinions.
Can I ask something? Hello?
What?
Yep.
Can I ask a question?
Of course,
Do
Hermione.
you think that Brittany is the younger version of Angela?
Angela Deem?
Yes.
No way. No. I would not even compare the two. I feel like for Brittany, unfortunately, and I don't know the girl. I'm actually, we're from the same city, but I don't know her. I just know that this is obviously, she wants attention. She needs attention. She craves attention. It's not a disrespectful thing. It's just a personality trait. And I think we can all identify it. Anyone who goes to a public school or any sort of, if you grow up in a school system, you have those kids in school, right? Or if you go to work, you have that person who needs more attention than other people. She is definitely that person. And she felt like TLC was going to facilitate a new road, a new avenue for her to be able to get her name out there. And I just think that TLC makes you look like an idiot. Anybody, like Kenny and Armando, maybe they don't look like idiots because it's just like, this is real stuff. But like Jenny looks bad. A lot of times, like Angela and Michael, the editing and the screaming, they'll make that look bad. Tim and Melyza, they look bad. It's just bad.
Well, Jenny and Sumit look bad even more because they tried to shop their story to Catfish first, so that completely discredited them right away.
Yeah.
Right away. So no one. We were like, okay, this is what this. You guys are looking for fame. You're looking for like at least a good 7.5 minutes to hopefully parlay into something else. The issue with Sumit and Jenny is the age is this. I think Sumit went out and sought an American older woman because he did not want kids. He's always said that. So if your woman is 62, there's really a high probability that she's not getting pregnant. So that's what he was looking for.
She's not getting anything because her visa's going to run out and she's going to be back in the States with nothing.
In Palm Springs?
There's no way she's getting divorced, that he's getting divorced in 6 months' time. And she can't stay longer than 6 months. Then what's going to happen?
And right. Now she's going to want the equivalent of what we all consider like alimony.
Right, but hold on. But now remember, Sumit's wife now, she wants $500 a month in alimony.
Exactly. Right. That's what I'm saying. And now Jenny's freaking out.
Right. And where is he going to get that? He doesn't work. Why isn't he working?
His parents.
He has to tend to Jenny. He is her caregiver.
No, but then at the same time though, this is so crazy to me. These people who find, and listen, if you find love across the world, then that's okay, you know? But I just don't understand giving yourself the headache of finding love across the world when that person that you're finding, it's already this big, hard kind of situation to navigate, but then they don't have a job, they don't have work ethic, they don't have any desire to accumulate things in their life or have responsibilities. I just don't understand what these people are thinking.
They're looking for fame. I mean, let's just call the thing a thing. Jenny could have found a Sumit in downtown Palm Springs. The same thing. No job, young, no work ethic. We got that here in America. She could have just had Christina take her off the couch, drive her downtown Palm Springs. You know what, baby? Park me off near the Starbucks. I'm gonna find me something.
Oh my gosh!
And then she wouldn't have had to like draw on her Social Security or her 401k because she wouldn't be spending all this money going on trips. But nah. She was looking for fame. She was hoping she's gonna be like the next who's Mama's Family person, like Thelma Harper. That's what she wanted to do. She thought she's gonna parlay that into a little show, be like an older reality star. It's not happening, and now she's stuck paying for her, Sumit, and his ex-wife. You look real crazy.
Well, Sumit thought he found himself a sugar mama, and unfortunately, he found himself a very poor sugar mama.
Sugar mama? I think
sweet and low. He found himself a sweet and low sugar mama.
Yeah, I was about to say this isn't a sugar mama, but I do want to shift the topic really quick. Ariela and Biniyam.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh! If I can talk first, please.
Yes, go ahead.
Go. So. I'm going to stand on my soapbox and say, what the hell with everything that happened while she was giving birth? Like, why was everyone being so mean with her? Like, you have to calm down. You can't cry. You can't this. You can't do that. Like, guys, she's having a baby. She's terrified. She wasn't expecting to give birth that day. And then Biniyam saying, oh, well, I would rather have her not have a C-section because that would mean that she won't love the baby as much as if it was natural. Like, seriously, if you're not pushing out the baby, shut up. Don't talk about it.
Yeah, I looked at my mom when we were watching this because again we're doing this trip together, and I was like, did he just say that? And she was like, that was messed up. And then he's like, you know, it's a language barrier too though, because when he's supposed to be comforting her and he's just like, I just don't want anything bad to happen to the baby, and she's just kind of like, oh thanks, it's like, you know, that's not what he means, but he just means like he wants a safe delivery, but the language barrier, it messes you up.
Yeah, I'm with Andre on this one because he's supposed to stand there, hold her hand, and just let her cry. Baby, you go right ahead and cry. I'm with you. So let's be real. As men, we're not having children. We're not going to do all that. If we had to have children, we'd be in such a deep mess because men, we're not going to handle pain like that. I'm sorry. No. You said, Ariela, I'm here for you. Just do what you have to do. Because I think honestly, and let's talk to my mom about this because she watches the show too. She thought crying actually helps you not focus on the pain so much. So he should just shut up and let her cry and just sit there. And I'm like, that's exactly.
Yeah,
and
especially
instead,
because it's not his first baby. This is baby number 2 for him, so he knows what the drill is.
yeah, and did you hear he said that he wanted her to go through the pain because a mother going through the pain has a stronger bond with the baby? I never heard of such a thing.
Me
That's
neither.
ridiculous.
I'm
And there's a lot of prejudice against women. Well, at least I've seen it. For example, my mother, she has 4 sisters, and all of them had like natural births. And my mom wanted to have me and my brother via natural way as well, but she couldn't because it wasn't medical possible. I was having like fetal distress already, and they couldn't wait for me to get in the right position to try natural birth, so they had to do a C-section. Same with my brother. And up to this day, she feels bad because she couldn't do it. And like, who cares what way you deliver the baby as long as the baby is healthy and you're healthy as well?
no,
Totally,
I agree with you.
totally agree.
And the baby's so cute, he looks like her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he is a cute little baby. I thought it
But I
was funny
can't wait
too.
to see the next show where she was holding on to the baby and she said to Biniyam, "This is my baby." I wonder what that's about.
That's funny.
He's gonna have PTSD right away because he's gonna feel like she's gonna run off with that baby. And also,
Yeah.
you see how Ariela was when they were all trying to circumcise and baptize and do all these things. She's like, no, 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 no.
Well, in the Jewish religion, you're supposed to circumcise the baby after 7 days with a rabbi and what they call a mohel. And that's probably why she wouldn't allow it to happen because there was no rabbi there.
I thought that. I thought that was the
Correct,
case.
because she is
Yeah.
Jewish.
Yeah.
And I was actually surprised too how kind of, and again, if you have a baby, there's a mom and a dad, so they both should have 50%
Right.
input. But I was just really kind of taken aback by how like he was firmly planting his feet. Like, I don't like that name. I like this name. I don't, and he wasn't even trying to budge. She's like, okay, well, we need a solution because until then we're calling him Simba, and we need to name the baby. And he's like, well,
So there's no solution as far as the religion. There's no solution as far as the name. There's no solution as far as the baby's needs. Look what they bought him for a bed.
yeah.
Yeah, that was funny.
Oh,
You
like,
know what?
Mom and
Biniyam
Dad are
is
coming to
just
the
a drip.
rescue,
That's all
and
he
they're going
is.
to take it back home.
Oh no. You think that they're gonna come back and Ariela's gonna take
Actually,
the baby back
we should have had the baby.
in the United States?
No, he was very unsympathetic for the entire process.
I agree
Yeah.
with you.
I could see Ariela, like, and I hate to say this, but the way they're going right now, I thought before the birth they were on the right track. They were getting there, but I think his lack of support and compromise, I could see her like taking that baby in the middle of the night and coming back to America. I really could see that because of his actions, and he just that she needs that support. I understand before she was doing a bit much. We can all agree that she was a little over dramatic, but I think she just had this baby. You have to support her. You have to. I feel you have to give in. You have to be that emotional support that she needs. Otherwise, why should she stay with you if this is how you're going to continue to act? So
Did you see he was kind of showing his true colors when he did the confessional, and the producer asked him if he would mind if her parents would pay his way, and he said, "No, I wouldn't mind." So
If I
maybe
were
he
her
was
parents, I
under
would have
the
been so
impression that
annoyed.
they were going to support him.
I would be so annoyed.
I think someone on the panel, it was last time, I think they mentioned the fact that his parents died young, so all of his siblings rallied around him and did everything for him. So he's kind of used to people taking care of him, but in the same breath, he has like what 5 to 10 jobs and makes $500 a month. So I mean, it's just really odd that you work a lot supposedly, but you're more than okay with someone paying for you. just makes no sense.
Yeah, I agree. And I have a feeling, unfortunately, what's going to happen, especially with Ariela not being so familiar with Ethiopia and not having all of these people there. I know that she's been there. I get it. But she always says, like, sometimes she feels like alone or she has no one to talk to. The minute that he's working those 5 jobs and she's stuck at home in this place that is, no disrespect, but what she considers subpar, considering where she grew up, she's going to sit there and fester in her thoughts and she's going to freak out. She's going to be like, why am I here?
It's kind of like, I don't know if you guys will agree, but doesn't this feel a little bit like Devin and Ji-hoon, just a little bit, where she thought she was going to a situation that was going to be taken care of by her man and it wasn't, but instead of him having no jobs and living with his parents, he's got 5 but still can't support her.
I mean, $500 doesn't even pay the rent.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think mostly it's the same issue that we see with most of the couples, where if you go on vacation to a place, it's not the same than living there. It's not the same. So they arrive to the new country with unrealistic expectations.
No, they have expectations of Americans having money and they're going to support them because so far no one has money.
Right. And I think Ariela made the mistake of telling him that her family came from money. If she hadn't said that, I don't think he would have that idea in his head. Because they met while she was working, I think, as a freelance writer. Like, she was traveling and they met and stuff. So I think if she hadn't just stuck with that story, like, hey, I'm a freelance, blah blah blah. This is how much I make. So like, can we live here off? Can we like work together and live with my salary and your salaries? But she said like, well, I come from a very well-to-do family. My mom's I guess her mom's a nurse, dad a surgeon, or something like that. So he's like,
right.
He's like, oh, you're a doctor, so you can really afford like to take care of me and my family. So
yeah,
I think that was a big part of the problem.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with you kind of on the whole him finding out about the family, but I feel like, to be honest with you, it could have been maybe not a wealthy or well-to-do American family. It could have been just your normal Joe Schmo, and then that money might go a little bit further in Ethiopia. Regardless, it seems like Biniyam has that personality where he's okay with someone footing the bill if they want to. Like, oh, you want to foot it? Okay, that's fine. Like for
his sisters. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was gonna say, because his brothers and sister did it. I bet you growing up, they felt bad because he had no memory of their parents. So they probably did everything for him. Like, do you need this? Do you need that? Or he went to them, can I get this? They probably just gave it to him because he's not above, like you just say, he's not above turning anything down. So that tells me, like, growing up, he probably did the same thing. Oh, I'll pay for it. He's like, okay. Go ahead.
No. It's just to kind of piggyback off of what you're saying. I get it only because my brothers and I, we grew up in 2 separate households. And unfortunately, like I didn't get to grow up with my mom. I grew up with my dad, and my dad was very work ethic. Like, if you want it, you have to work for it. And if you don't have the money in your wallet, you can't afford it. Where my brothers grew up with my mom always buying everything for them. So now I noticed that they're in their adult lives and it's really hard for them to navigate because they want things, but they just don't have that drive or work ethic to have it. It's very easy for them to just accept. And I don't think I don't think that's cool. So I think, yeah, it could have definitely been Biniyam's family who made him that way, but you got to snap out of it, brother.
He had 2 kids. He lost one and he's going to lose the second one because it doesn't look like he's going to step up to the plate.
Yeah, but he should because she looks at him and it's not fun. This cat and mouse thing where she's like, well, I could go back to the United States. And sure, you're tugging at somebody's heartstrings because you have this little precious baby that's there. And he's like, please don't take my baby from me. But at the same time, it's like, then man, you have to step up. You know who you are having a baby with. You know what she's used to. You know what it's going to take to make this work. you got to make it work, or else that's exactly what she's going to do. She's going to run back to mom and dad, who have the cozy house, who have all of the nice amenities, and who can pay for her life. And then they'll help her get back on her feet just so she's back in America.
Right. And it's so interesting. Like, I will speak for myself on this, how my attitude towards her has changed a little bit. Because I was kind of anti-Ari. I'm like, you're doing too much. You're being too dramatic. But then to see, like, this part of him come out, and we haven't seen him go to, like, any of his jobs but the club, it's like, okay, maybe at the core, her reasons for acting this way are actually, like, legit. Like, she has legit concerns, and I'm kind of with her on this one. If I were her, I would be like, look, you've got X amount of time to do X, Y, and Z. If you don't, I have to take our child back to the U.S. so they can have a good upbringing, like a comfortable upbringing.
Yeah.
I agree with you, Jamal. I definitely do not want my husband to go and play with his ex's butt.
I mean, what was that? I'm like,
that would put me off forever.
I'm like, you could have took her to the gym where you worked out. You could have, like, took her to the recording studio, but you're going to take her, your pregnant girlfriend, to the club so she can watch you play bongos on your flexible ex-girlfriend's behind. I'm like, okay.
And then the mom,
and with
too.
Her mom, with the mom.
And the mom is just kind of like, are you okay with this? They're just like, oh. I would have, yes, you... Listen, Biniyam, you got to step it up on your decision making, your work ethic, and if you want to keep your family, it's not. Again, I always lead with it's not disrespect, and it's really not disrespect. It's just when you start merging different worlds with, I mean, essentially that's what I feel like we're doing. Ethiopia and America, they come from different backgrounds, different educational backgrounds, different financial backgrounds, and now they're trying to merge these two worlds. She has to give a little, which she has. She came all the way to Ethiopia and had the baby. Now he needs to give a little and start stepping up and meeting her halfway.
Oh, most definitely, because she literally needs to be with the baby the first couple of months, at least, if not the year. So he really needs to, like, understand what he needs to do. From my perspective, he's not taking this as seriously as he should. Because I think if your pregnant girlfriend came over, you would think that, okay, she's here, I need to make X amount of dollars or beer. He would work to find one job to where it could support them all while she's going through the pregnancy, the birth, and then the year after. But he's made, like, no effort to improve his financial situation. And for me, that's the biggest issue I have with him. He's not trying to improve his financial situation.
He doesn't feel stressed out because she did go down there with savings, and I'm sure she had a lot of it. So he's living off of her. He's paying all the bills right now, but eventually the money's going to run out.
And you can tell he kind of has a little bit of that Asuelu attitude where he's just kind of like, in Ethiopia, the woman is the mom and she takes care of the baby. And it's like, oh, dude, this is a conversation you two should have had, because if you start leading with that, he's going to freak.
It's very sexist.
Yeah, but with him, though, like, I don't mind that attitude personally if it's culture. I understand the culture. But if you're going to take that culture aspect and apply it, sir, that means you need to be the man and financially support your family. You can't say, you're going to, like, stay home and raise the kids, but I'm going to need you to go work too sometimes. It doesn't work that way. You have to, like, be all in or you compromise.
Exactly. And then just to go around the room, and I'm going to bring up, Dana's in the weight room too, so I'm going to bring her up to say the last goodbyes with me. But I'm curious, since we addressed all of the couples, I'm going to start with you, Andrea. What are you looking forward to most? Just pick a couple and let us know what you're most looking forward to for next week's episode.
Oh my goodness. Like I am looking forward for Tim and Melyza to just cut it off. Like, that's not gonna work. They know it. It's just, honestly, it's just like sadistic to see how bad things go, and just leave it.
It kind of hurts you to watch. You feel bad for Tim.
It's so cringe-worthy. It's so uncomfortable to watch. And also with Yazan and Brittany, like, Yazan, you knew since you met Brittany that she wasn't going to turn into a nice Muslim girl. If you did, you would look someone like Avery, who is already Muslim and practices and knows all the rules, and that would be like a nice girl to present to your parents. But Brittany, she's not changing. Just move forward.
Yeah, I agree with you. Dorit?
I like to see Jenny pack her bags and go back home.
Wow, bye, Jenny. Have a nice
Bye,
one-way ticket to
Jenny.
Palm Springs.
You know what they say, don't let the door hit you, with the good Lord split you.
No, we've never heard that one. I'm just
There you
kidding.
go.
All right, Hermione.
Okay, can I just have a side note?
Yes.
With Pillow Talk, is there anyone else that switched off as soon as Angela came on?
No, because
No.
I
I
love
switched it
Angela.
off.
No,
Oh,
Hermione.
really? You and I disagree then for the first time, Adam.
That's okay, because you know what? That is the world we live in, where people disagree all the time. But guess what, Hermione? I still love you, so I don't care.
And I still love you too.
All right. And Jamal, what are you looking
Okay,
forward to?
and
No,
Oh,
can
no,
I just
Hermione.
say something else?
Yeah.
I just want to say something else. That scene with Armando and his daughter and Kenny. It was the cutest scene that I've seen in my life when she said double the love that she's gonna get. And yes, I cried.
Yeah.
I mean, it was the sweetest thing I've ever heard. And when they left, when the dad came out, I had that very ugly cry. I felt for them. I think it's going to work out for them. I think there's something positive for them in the future. I think Kenny is going to be a beautiful dad. Look at his family.
I just think that
You know, I'm
he just needs
rooting
to
for them.
open up a little bit. He needs to
Yes.
try to educate himself a little bit more. That way, well, yes, I'm sure he's going to be teaching Hannah English too. I think that he needs to kind of, while he's teaching Hannah English, he needs to try to pick up on his Spanish. That way, you know, she's gonna. This is a huge role. Essentially, he is serving as that other parent. He's mommy or daddy or whatever you want to call that. He is that second parent, and she's gonna rely on a lot from him. You know, she needs him to be there, so he needs to step up, knowing that he's taking this role, and learn how to communicate with her. Because him just being like, Armando, what did she say? That's not gonna work.
I mean, double the love. I mean,
Oh, she's
isn't
sweet.
that just pull on your heartstrings?
Yeah, but you
oh.
could tell Armando and his family, they're such a good family, and the core is so good. Like, he seems like such a sweet dad. I mean, having a child make those little one-liners where she came out with, and she's like, you know, double the love, and I love Kenny and this and that. That's so organic with no blinders on. It's just, this is how she feels. She's talking from her heart. And it's really cute to see that.
It's extremely cute. And I had like a whole list to speak about Devin, but I think our time is out. Because people said I need to write down what I want to say because they didn't understand my English so well.
Oh no, Hermione, we understand your English, and don't worry. I believe tomorrow, too. I think we're gonna talk a little bit about Devin, but I'm gonna do either tomorrow or Wednesday a TLC takeover. With a super special guest, and I can't wait to tell you guys who it is. You guys don't know who it is yet, but I'll share it with you.
Is it great?
I gotta fill the time while I'm moving, you know?
Right.
I hope it's great because I've got something to say to him too.
Okay, we'll see, but it's not, but okay. And Jamal?
I'm looking forward to see what's gonna happen with Jenny and Sumit. I mean, is Jenny gonna go home like she should and go back to Christina's couch, or is she gonna stay? Or she's gonna go stay in India? I mean, if she stay in India, she gotta get like a job at McDonald's, a job at Starbucks, because her Social Security or retirement or whatever that can't support her submitting an ex-wife. No, I want to know what's gonna happen. If she does stay, I want to see like how his parents really go about navigating this situation, because they admit they made a mistake with the ex-wife, and I like to hear them say that. Like, you know what, we didn't know she was going to be that way. We made a mistake. So I just want to see them navigate this, because I think this is a true cultural struggle that we should see. We should see this part. We shouldn't like see some of the other stuff. I mean, we could give them Brittany and Yazan section. We know they're fake. We know they're not gonna do nothing. Like, give me more of Sumit's parents. Give me more of that interaction. That's what I want to see.
Jamal, but regardless, when her 6-month visa is up, she's going to have to leave no matter what the situation is with the parents. She can't stay.
Oh, that's a shame. Well, give me as much of that 6 months as you can. Then we can bring in. Then we can bring back Brittany and
Jamal, can
Yazan.
I ask you a question?
Yes.
Who would you like to see the most in handcuffs taken out of the country, Brittany or Jenny?
For me, it was Brittany. Why I was hoping, I think Adam, I said this on your show last time, I was hoping they would like pick Brittany up at the airport when she got in Jordan and handcuff her and take her to the U.S. embassy and then kick her out. But that didn't happen though. I was kind of disappointed about that. So yeah, but Brittany's got to go, because poor Yazan. I'm like, he got a whole degree in like engineering, and he got fired from the fish market. He's homeless. I mean,
This guy's going through it.
and he had to sleep on the street for 2 days. But I'm confused. I'm confused. Like, sir, like, well, you're sleeping on the street, okay, but you found an apartment with no job, and you say you have no money. How are you renting this apartment? I need receipts.
Okay, Jamal, you bring facts. I like that. All right, and then I have to say, for myself, I think that I'm looking forward to most just seeing this transition with Kenny and Armando and watching Hannah move in. I want to see what their home life is going to be and how she gets settled and how that starts to work. And I also, again, I know I've said this a million times, but I'm going to say it until we see it. I want to see Kenny start to, I understand he moved to Mexico, but that's not the whole battle here. I want to see him start to kind of like give a little bit more and start integrating into the culture a little bit more. For sure.
I hope he will.
Yep.
Yeah. I think one more thing. Sorry. I think this with Kenny. He needs to understand. He needs to think outside of himself. Think outside of what you want and what you need, and think more about what your family needs. Your family needs you to adjust to your surroundings. And I think once he gets that part, they'll take off and be like so happy. But he's got to work through that.
I agree. All right, Jamal, Andrea, Dorit, Hermione, I appreciate you guys calling in. And we also, we still have a full packed week. Thank you guys for sticking with me through this move and everything. And yeah, I'm glad you guys called in today. I always love having you.
Adam, are we going to talk about Darcy and Stacy tomorrow?
Yes, we have to. And family Chantel.
Because I got plenty to say.
Oh, yes. Darcy and Stacy and family Chantel. We're going to mix the two and just because Darcy and Stacy, I feel like I'm picking teeth after like 8 minutes. And then family Chantel, I feel like that's going to be good. So it'll be a good kind of half an hour to an hour of the mix of both. And we can just go in on them because that's a free for all.
That's going to be fun.
Yeah.
All
right. I can finally talk about Darcy.
Bye, Andrea. Bye, Jamal.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Adam, look after yourself, please, and stay safe.
Thank you, Hermione. I appreciate you. And thank you for saying that.
Hello to Jason and Pop.
I definitely will. And I'll tell Pops you said hi.
Okay, please stay safe, eh? We care about you.
All right, you stay safe too. We love you, Hermione.
You too. Bye-bye.
All right. And then last but not least, I'm just the man of my word. I know that I have to drop off here, but I still have Dana in the room, and Dana watches 90 Day Fiancé too. So I'm at least going to bring her up and ask her, what are you looking forward to most next week? And then tomorrow, hopefully we get Dana to call in, and then I'll give her the first call. Hi, Dana.
Hey, I'm sorry to be the hump on your wagon. You didn't have to do this.
Oh, hump on my wagon? No way.
I am looking forward to Kenny and Armando because I feel like Hannah's like an old soul.
Yeah.
Everything that comes out of it. How old is she? Like 4, 5?
She looks like she's like 5 or 6, but she is a little old soul.
Everything that comes out of that child's mouth is wise. I mean, truly. And I feel like she's going to be Kenny's greatest teacher if he slows down and listens.
Yeah.
Because she's going to be the one that forces him to have to adjust and make the necessary changes.
Wow.
Because the child is the one that navigates the flow of things. And she's going to do what Armando can't with Kenny because he cares too much about Kenny's feelings and emotions, where Hannah, like you said, she's organic.
Right. No, I agree with you. And I didn't even think about it that way, because that's true. That's exactly what's going to happen, is that she's going to start teaching him. He just needs to start listening a little bit more. And I think if that's the case, then that will be a good team. And then we might actually survive here in Mexico. I think that might work.
Right, because Armando will be he'll step back a little too easy for Kenny because he's worried. Hannah is just going to be Hannah. And he's not going to want, he's not going to want to hurt Hannah's feelings. So
I can't wait to watch more of them, because I feel like it's going to be really fun to see how this navigates and how it works out. But my fingers are crossed, because I love this little family and I hope it works.
And look how brave his dad was, because in light of their culture and in light of
he still showed up.
How difficult it has to be for that dad because of the culture.
Right.
He big enough that he did it.
He did it. He showed up.
Yeah.
I know. It made me happy cry, but it's good. These are good things. So we're, they're baby steps, but they're not strides, they're steps, but steps are better than being at a standstill. So I'm optimistic for their future. I think it's going to be good.
And let me tell you one quick thing.
Yeah.
Oh Lord, Britt.
Oh, we're done.
In the airwaves, I hear that Soulja Boy and Britt are hooking up for TLC.
I heard that, and I feel like this has to be a rumor. And if it's not a rumor, TLC is going to make a huge mistake, because this is going to be so pre-produced and stupid. But we'll see. I don't put anything past TLC. TLC, they will cast the whole circus.
It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, but she likes the fame, so I won't put it past her.
Or him.
Or him. Yes, actually, both of them. They're two peas in a pod. They both like the fame. They both want to get videos out there, music videos, this. So we'll see.
It's like crash and burn, baby.
Crash and burn. We'll be watching on TLC every Sunday.
Yeah.
Well, Dana, I appreciate you calling in. And like I said, again, if you call in tomorrow, I'll definitely get you in first. Please, I definitely want you to. And thank you. You've been so sweet this whole time, the past few months. And I've been through this transition, and I had you in the wait list, and I could not bring you up, because you're so awesome. So I just want to say thank you. And thank you for just all that you do. You're a teacher. You're an educator. You're a sweet woman. And I just want to acknowledge that and say thank you.
Well, I adore you, and you have an awesome show and an awesome group that comes to this format. So,
well, thank you, Dana. And I'll keep you around then. And if you're around later, or I'm going to be posting on my community tab what's going on this week today. And tomorrow morning, just jump on and give us a call, and I'll definitely bring you up.
Okay. Bye.
All right. Bye, Dana. All right, guys, what an awesome show. If you haven't already, please like this video. It helps tremendously. My backdrop's a little bit different, as you guys can tell, because I have moved, obviously, and I can finally breathe. So thank you, guys. I'm going to go feed my dogs, and I will be on in a little bit. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys, except for you, Jolene. Bye, guys. Bye.